If you are thinking of moving to Leicester, but worried about the cost, well, I'm going to tell you top 10 most affordable places to live in Leicester where you can get the most bang for your buck. Let's get started. Starting my list with Syston. Located about 4.5 miles northeast of Leicester's centre, and maintains its own elected town council for everyday services. It once a self-contained village, now gives off a suburban air, gradually merging with Leicester's outer neighbourhoods. It's well known for the medieval church of St. Peter and St. Paul, for the cluster of shops lining Melton Road, and Central Park for green relief. Its history stretches back to the Roman period, and vestiges of that past still colour the town's friendly atmosphere. Education is well regarded, represented by Merton Primary and Reek Valley Academy. Although modest in size, Syston combines independent boutiques and service shops with household chains such as Greggs and Costa. Train station can get you into the city centre, and there is plenty in the area. And pleasant countryside walks are never far away, especially around Watermead Park, where open water attracts wildlife and leisure seekers alike. Daily life here feels relaxed and unhurried, typical of many small English towns off the main tourist trails. Houses sell for an average of £230,000, while a one-bedroom rental varies between £625 to £650 a month. For those needing extra space, a two-bedroom flat on College Road is listed at £775. Next one is Evington. It lies on Leicester's outer edge, and has served as an electoral ward since the 1930s. Because it skirts the city, the suburb enjoys a quiet feel yet remains only a short drive, or bus ride from the centre. Evington is fine, it's good area, if you want cheap, lots of ethnic minorities and easy access to halal food and city centre, then it's great. Local education is solid, anchored by Judge Meadow Community College, City of Leicester College, and St. Paul's Catholic School. Neighbours take pride in Evington's open attitude toward people of all faiths and backgrounds, so newcomers usually settle in quickly. Monthly rent falls between £650 and £1,150, while home prices sit around £280,000 to £370,000. I've heard from a friend that people don't tend to look after their houses there much, and drives are packed with cars. But Evington has fewer large parks and limited on-street parking. So, if you're looking for lots of green space or easy car storage, you might want to consider other neighbourhoods. Up next on my list is Aylestone. It sits just southwest of Leicester's centre, quietly flanked by green parks and tree-lined streets. For over 750 years the neighbourhood supported local farming, a heritage still hinted at in its broad open fields. Today the borough blends sturdy Victorian homes with sleek modern builds, framing views along the winding River Soar. Living here feels like stepping into an older version of England, where gentle water and heritage brick define the day. Housing stock largely consists of classic terraced rows, with average rents just below £950 and typical purchase prices around £230,000. Aylestone balances pleasant scenery with accessible cost of living. The Great Central Way cuts through the meadows, a tidy path for walkers and cyclists that follows the old railway line. Aylestone Meadows provides an inviting waterside stretch where residents stroll, picnic, or settle with binoculars to watch passing birds. Overall the area is nice enough, but you are close to Saffron Lane though, which can come with a little trouble. Moving to next one is Knighton. It used to be its own little village, but these days it feels like a trendy suburb that still wears its old character with pride. You'll find it southeast of Leicester, tucked between Clarendon Park and Stoneygate to the north and Oadby and Wigston to the south. The University of Leicester sits right in Knighton, and leafy parks wrap the neighborhood in shade and calm. Whether you are a student, raising kids, or just wanting some peace, Knighton pairs upscale comfort with a welcoming feel. The street scenes are mixed too, swinging from cozy cottages to sleek modern family houses. Because solid schools sit close and those big green spaces, plus nearby Victoria Park offer plenty to do, people keep eyeing the place. Monthly rents sit around £1,200 to £15,000. Buy a house and you will pay between £335,000 to £550,000. Knighton Park is the big draw. It stretches over 78 acres and has a sensory garden, wildflower meadow, tennis courts and a fun play area for the little ones. Overall, Knighton is more of a village feel, but you get slightly more for your money. Still a lovely green area. At number 6 is Clarendon Park. It sits in the south of Leicester, and it's loved by students and youngsters alike. This neighborhood was laid out in the 1870s, hugs busy Welford Road, London Road, Victoria Park, and Avenue Road. Back then, the builders even banned pubs, a quirky rule that still shapes the local feel today. Because the University of Leicester is so close, just a brisk 12-minute stroll, it suits scholars perfectly, while a quick bus ride takes people to de Montfort. Once a horse racing ground, Victoria Park now gives residents a calm patch of grass for sunny picnics and lazy walks. Bright red brick Victorian terraces, many sporting fancy gables, line every street and lend a photo-ready charm to the area. A maze of narrow lanes, branching from Clarendon and Queen's Roads, is almost postcard perfect. But you could live in a nice street in Clarendon Park, but be sandwiched by students partying midweek. Life here feels busy, but still easy on the wallet, with most 1- and 2-bedroom flats fetching between £600 to £950 a month. And homes sell for around £230,600. Flats went for about £140,000, and semi-detached houses averaged at £248,500. Yes, Clarendon Park can get pretty pricey. Overall, Clarendon Park is best for shopping on Queen's Road, and the enclave of Leicester's liberal elites, champagne socialists. Next one is Rothley. Just 5 miles north of Leicester, Rothley feels like a village that hugs its residents close. The community school, Rothley Church of England Primary, welcomes kids from 4 to 11 years old. There may not be a full-sized university, but getting around is surprisingly easy. Frequent buses whisk people to nearby towns, while the A6 links drivers to the A46 and M1, opening doors to Loughborough, Leicester, Nottingham, and Derby. For longer trips, trains from Loughborough or Leicester reach Birmingham and even London in under an hour. Housing here mixes charming old cottages, classic period homes, and modern estates, so newcomers usually find something that fits. Monthly rents sit between £850 to £1,400, and the average house sells for about £490,000, and terraced houses around £226,000. Rothley appeals to anyone wanting quiet rural life and fast access to city services. Up next is Stoneygate. It sits only 2 miles southeast of Leicester's busy heart, mixing old-world charm with modern city ease. Here you can find graceful Victorian and Edwardian houses stretch along shady, tree-lined lanes that please the eye and cool the air. Architecturally, the area impresses with rows of red brick terraced homes and wide gables, sprinkled with a handful of neat Art Deco gems. Monthly rents usually sit between £900 and £1,200, while houses typically list from £345,000 to £450,000. Stoneygate is indeed by far the most expensive area of the city, and commuters can reach the city centre in minutes, either catching a frequent bus or strolling briskly for about 20. Longer journeys are simple too, thanks to speedy trains to London plus quick road links via the M69 and M1, both fed by the nearby Ring Road. This neighbourhood falls under the Leicester Grammar School Trust. Overall, Stoneygate is a bit of a mixed bag. It offers a great location, decent schools, and a variety of amenities, but it's not without its drawbacks. Oadby ranks among the most prosperous neighbourhoods in Leicester. Situated 4 miles southeast of Leicester along the A6, it also borders Stoneygate and hosts Leicester Racecourse. Oadby is nice, pretty quiet, good buses into the city. Road access is excellent. The A6 dual carriageway cuts straight through Oadby, easing journeys towards Leicester, while South Wigston and Leicester railway stations sit only 3 miles away. Frequent bus routes link the estate with Leicester Centre. You got good schools and quiet, without being too far away from the centre. Oadby is one of the nicer areas of Leicester. Generally average rents range from £750 to £1,350 per month, with house prices lying between £340,000 to £460,000. There are Botanical Garden, managed by the University of Leicester, draws many visitors with its colourful beds and still ponds. Daddy's Main Street, the Parade, features a diverse mix of independent shops, chain stores, cafes, and essential services. Nearby, St. Peter's Church further enriches the local heritage with its attractive Victorian architecture. Overall, Oadby seems okay, but seems a little sprawling, right on the edge of a very affluent area. Step back in time at Highfields. Highfields sits on elevated ground southeast of Leicester Centre, making it both visible and accessible by foot. It's an inner-city area of Leicester, once dotted with windmills and open streams. The district has grown into a lively, intercultural meeting place. The Dawn Centre stands close by, yet its evening curfew makes it easy to sidestep if preferred. Highfields has a reputation for reasonably priced housing, draws people who want city centre convenience without lofty costs. The street stock is mainly terraced. Many houses have been split into flats, creating choices for both buyers and renters. Monthly rent for a 3-bedroom property is £1,050, while the average house sells for roughly £220,000. Top of the list is Braunstone. Situated immediately west of Leicester, Braunstone began as an old village and has evolved into a local leader in sustainable living and community-led projects. Braunstone is all right. Its streets buzz with activity, green parks, and a palpable spirit of neighbourliness. Schooling is good, especially at Braunstone Community Primary School. For a quiet afternoon, many head to Court Crescent Park, but Braunstone Park is the town's flagship green space, offers broad lawns, wooded paths, wildflower meadows, tended rose gardens, and 2 glimmering lakes. A road that runs behind the police station unofficially splits the area. Locals refer to one side as Dodge and the other Braunstone Town. Those after budget-friendly housing should direct their search to the Foss Park section of LE3, where prices remain surprisingly low and roomy properties abound. With monthly rents between £750 to £1,200 and home values sitting at £225,000 to £285,500, Braunstone stands out for families wanting affordability without sacrificing community spirit. Overall, it's affordable, family-friendly, and well-connected. You'll find decent schools, plenty of parks, and a good mix of amenities. Leicester accommodates a wide range of preferences, from serene, park-lined enclaves to lively city quarters, ensuring that every wish and budgets can be met. Which one is your favorite spot? Leave a comment below, and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you learned something.